A Marine is characterized as one who possesses the highest of military virtues. He obeys all orders, respects his seniors, and strives constantly to be the very best at everything he does. Discipline and spirit are the hallmarks of a Marine. You too can become a Marine if you develop discipline and spirit. We will give every effort to train you, even after some of you have given up on yourself. You're listening to Two Marines, One Mic.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Marines, One Mic. As always, I'm Phil.
And this is Wade.
And we're your hosts. What? Bow, 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 bow. Cool. The Matt Williams special, man. The Matt Williams special.
Take two.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. Take two.
No, I'm saying this is the second time we're doing this.
Oh, right. Second go round.
Yeah. So we had some technical difficulties the first time that we did this, but hopefully that shit doesn't happen again. I don't want that.
We have microphone dysfunction, but then they make this blue pill. Cured the mic.
Mic drop.
Did cure the mic.
Mic up.
Yeah. What was it called? Viagra.
Cialis. Man problems.
For the... Oh my God. Really?
Episode 53. So we are in the FroPro headquarters. Is that what we call it?
Yeah, HQ.
FroPro
HQ.
Where this is the American dream right here.
It really is. You're not kidding. What's the purpose, man?
Purpose of this podcast is to give you, the listener, and today the viewer, information, skills, and tools that we learn in the Marine Corps that you can apply to the civilian world and ultimately improve the quality of your life.
Yeah, dude, so it's cool. I have the mic set up today so we don't have to be like on top of him, I don't think.
Now he tells me.
But
seriously.
No, that's and we take that shit seriously because we want to provide like a valuable experience for the people that are listening and watching this podcast, not just some bullshit that we picked up on the streets, you know? It's not this is just our experience. Again, like if you don't like it, that's okay. Like no one's handcuffing you to the frickin' iPhone watching this thing.
But aren't we just always handcuffed to the iPhone?
We are, but that's a different story. We'll ponder.
Okay.
You're good. We're podcasting.
I see that.
Yeah.
I've never listened to a podcast.
You can hang out if you like.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Have a good one.
See ya.
Yes, have a good weekend.
You too.
But and I love that because this is like real. Like we're in a business.
Yeah,
we're in a business, man.
Front office right here. HQ waiting area.
HQ waiting area. So before the podcast, we had a long-winded conversation about what it takes to get started in an industry where you really have no experience. You just have a passion and you've started something from scratch, and it's taking you literally everything to build. You know, what you have here and like what Wade and I have with our brands from nothing, literally from nothing, from idea to materialization. And through that journey, through the, you know, the years that you've been doing FroPro and through the year or so that Wade and I have been doing, you know, Patriot Sports Nutrition in this podcast, I hope to think that we've inspired and touched a lot of people, you know, and that being said, some people kind of take that inspiration the wrong way, or at least we like to see it taken as the wrong way. I don't know, how do you feel about that, man? Like, what did it take for you to start this whole deal?
Yeah, no, I think that the start of this was, again, you shared it. It's a passion. It's something that I enjoyed, and it was something that was at the very beginning an idea, and it was fun, and it still is fun. You know, one of the things that we often strive to do is make sure that we have a good time, make sure that what we're doing is the best we can do every single day. And, you know, like, I think the secondary thing is like inspiration. It's very nice of you to say. I think, you know, if we can help somebody do whatever and be better, or, you know, provide a guiding light for somebody that's trying to do something new and step out of their comfort zone, that's awesome. You know, sometimes it's just about, you know, selfishly doing it for yourself.
Right.
And I think, you know, when this started, I was making these bars for myself. I was making them for my clients, and it blossomed into where it is today. And it's, again, a long, many couple years. But it's part of the journey. It's part of the fun, and a lot of people see, they have that like that meme or that picture where it's like the iceberg, and it's like people see you like doing well, and they don't realize that it's like many nights or sleepless nights, or concerns or fears, or heartbreak, or disillusionment, or weakness. I mean, there's so many downsides to it that, again, get us out of our comfort zone and make us who we are today. I mean, like you guys and your service and what you've done for this country, I don't know if I could do that. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Like, sure. I feel like I'm pretty tough with certain things, but I've seen trainings and I've seen some of the things that Marines do, and it's impressive. It's like it's almost inhuman in the nicest way. And I don't mean that. It's like some of the stuff that's.
You calling me a freak, man?
Yeah. It's it's one of those things. It's very admirable. It's very challenging, and it's something that I got a buddy that just completed out of Coronado Island, and it's like you can't really talk to me about certain things, but the training and some of the things he can. I was like, I don't know if I can get through that. I don't know if I could live through that.
The surf is cold there, man.
Yeah.
Coronado.
Yeah, I like dipping my toes in it, and that was about it.
So you kind of went down the road of talking about like the sleepless nights and maybe wondering, did I really make the right decision going all in on the FroPro? What's something that inspires and motivates you to get up every day and work through the adversity when you hit some of the tougher moments?
I love what I do. I love this process. Like, I don't know what's going to come down the road every single day. I have an idea, and we've, the day-to-day is kind of a little bit more understood, but things happen all the time. Like, we don't get a delivery. Something goes wrong with production. Another company is starting up their own brand that's called, BlowPro. I don't know.
GoPro.
And it's in the same space, and those are the things that I would think today. Give me. I just posted about having a sleepless night because my wife was hurt about something, and we're very sensitive when we can take things personally. And at the end of the day, it's just business, and it doesn't matter, whether that person's in your inner circle or it's another company that has more money than you. It's, we get to do this every single day, and sometimes it's hard, and you just have to go back to the basics of we get to do this every single day. We're grateful for that. And whatever it is, and however we can inspire and motivate and change from, what my former life was like as, someone that was drinking and drugging all the time, we're now at a point where I'm here to do the right thing. And unfortunately, as you guys have experienced, there's going to be people in your path that, you want to yell, scream, beat, whatever, like just do everything possible because it's like out of fear. And then if I stay, when you take a step back, I'm speaking for myself only, is, where is that fear coming from? And the only reason I can do that today is being able to talk about it, being a sober man, and understanding that I'm not going to be able to please everybody. I can't control what other people do or say or feel, and I'm just going to do my best. And if someone has any issue with that, good or bad, I'll deal with it.
100%, man. And it goes back to where we got started. Like everybody has their own story when you start business, and for us, I know for me specifically, this was not an easy move, man. Like I had it kind of made. Like I was getting paid to go to college at a great fucking school, like the University of Miami, and they were paying me like more than most people make in a friggin' year just to attend school. I was like, cool, thank you. This is not for me. I want to do something that impacts so many people. I want to create, a life for myself and for my family and for my friends that is like actually like beyond our wildest dreams, right? And we've been able to get a great start doing that. And I think I said this on the last podcast, but what you don't see is the sleepless nights. Like you don't see what goes on behind the scenes. You do not see the struggles that we go through financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, that come to us being able to sit here and smile and talk with each other and produce an awesome fucking podcast.
Amen.
At the same time, I am so willing to help anybody that comes and asks us for help. Whether it be transparently, sure. Yeah. We've had countless people say, guys, I love your podcast. I want to start a podcast. Will you show me how to do it? 100%. I will sit there and fucking help. I'll do the whole thing for you the first couple times.
But only one or two have actually done it.
no one's actually done it. I have not edited a podcast. Oh, John. But we're on that podcast too. So it worked out, right?
Yeah.
But I have no problem with that. Nobody took advantage of it, number one. Number two, if you go behind my back and try to start something, like Matt was saying, business is business. If you go behind our back and you try to start something in my same industry with the same demographic, with the same methods and people that we've used to build our company, the amount of shit that I've gone through, personally, I'm speaking for myself here, I will cut you in business. I will not rest until you are fucking broke, because I was broke. I am fucking broke because of this business. But I love what I do. That's why I don't stop. You guys don't see all of that stuff going on, right? Like, I mean, if you want to get, like, my top-down Talksmobile broke down. That car's gone. Like, it broke down. It's costing me $15,000 to fix it, and I'm not going to.
Not cool. Right. But we're getting a new top-down talk machine.
Can't wait. It's going to be so incredible. Bigger and better is right. But those are the things that are important to us, because I really feel like I have no problem reaching my hand out to help somebody. None at all. I'll let you use the friggin' equipment that we use. Just do the right thing. Like, that's what we try to do, is do the right thing all the time.
And there was a period of time where, for me, I wasn't doing the right thing.
Of course not.
I did strive to do the right thing.
Below the bar every time.
And would fall short every time. And I can still fall short. And that's the thing. That's the beauty of being, a human being that fails and, succeeds and enjoys the ride. It's like, my hat's off to dads. Like, you're running a business, you're a single dad, and you've done so much with your life. It's just like, no one gets, at the end of the day, if you had a tough day at work and you've worked with clients and you're helping everybody out, you come home to this beautiful girl who's like, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
And like, take care of me. And like, that blows my mind, because I still feel very selfish in my life. I love my day to day, and thinking about people that have like one or two, or a buddy of mine that's about to have his seventh.
Oh boy.
It's wow. And then I start questioning, like, what is it really bad that someone's coming after me? Is it really bad that someone's trying to tear me down? Is it really bad that, like, whatever happens? No. It's at the end of the day, we're all here for a very short time, in the span of like how much time has actually passed and what's going to keep happening. So at the end of the day, when I thought this the other day, when I was working out, I was just like, does it really even matter what someone else is doing? And I've heard this on a podcast, and people say, do you follow your competition? And the guy was like, fuck no, I don't. I don't care what they're doing. Exactly. I know what I do. I know how I do it. And I know I'm going to keep doing it no matter what. I don't pay attention to the good, the bad, what anybody else has to say, because it has nothing to do with me, and their opinion doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, dude. If we followed our competition, we'd be on the same track to fucking prison. Right?
Yeah, but I also feel like, I can understand, being that we heard the whole story, why, because there is people that are close to you, not real close, but close. There's a relationship there, and then the way that the message was delivered.
Yeah.
So it's going to get you a little fired up.
Well, it gets me fired up, and as I shared with you, and I'll share with people, it's like, having a friend for a long time that, is close by, that I don't talk to anymore for whatever reason, that prepared me for when people that I've known less time do something that is rather unspeakable or hurtful, or creates something like a challenge in my life, where I'm just like, I'm going to deal with the challenge, I'm going to deal with the adversity, I'll be a cordial human being, take care, good luck. And that's happened several times in my business, like from the place that I first rented to, it was somebody that I trusted, somebody that, I sought out as advice, someone older than me in business and everything like that, and they essentially turned around and tried to replicate the product, and without being transparent with me. And and that was just a bummer, and like, I don't talk about that stuff because do I want to bring that out and share that with the world of like, no, because that's not what FroPro is about.
That's an under the iceberg kind of thing, right? That's the bottom of the iceberg.
Do I want to tell you how ugly it is? No, because people are like,
right.
I want to encourage. I want someone to say, man, I'm going to start this business.
Exactly.
And I'm going to do it because, like if I saw me 10 years ago and I'm starting this business, I'd be like, if this idiot can do it, I can do it.
100% exactly how I feel right now. Like, I am clearly not the smartest dude in the world. I know Very little, and it took me a long time to understand that and what that actually means. But I love what we're doing. Like, I love it.
Yeah, Matt said the exact same thing when the podcast started. I love the process. I love what I'm doing.
That's what it's all about. Like, we don't just come here and like the stuff's set up. Like, we don't have like a video crew or an audio crew or like personal assistants.
Yeah, his neighbor is the guy that was in here. He's like, you guys do video work too? Like, no.
That's not who. No. We're not that person.
Yeah,
but we do know somebody that does.
Yeah. We do. But like, that's the thing. It's like, this doesn't just like get set up. Like, none of this just happens. Like, you have to actually do something.
Yeah.
You know, you have to come in, you have to bring all the stuff, you have to unpack the microphones, you have to unpack the camera, you have to set the camera. You have to provide a fucking message with, depth and weight, so that people can relate to it, people can feel it, and know that you're telling the truth, and know that you actually care about them, and you're not just saying that you do.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. It's like if we look at this, you know, this is a package. It's one you see everywhere online. You see at the store, and it's just kind of like, you know, for those of you that are watching, it's our FroPro package. That package started as a piece of saran wrap with a white sticker on it that said "contains nuts" and FroPro.
Yeah,
you know,
those are some of the stickers. Those are like second gen.
That's the second generation. That's second, third, and fourth generation right there. From the little guys, like with like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I joke, and someone came in. He said, "What's FroPro?" And I'm like, FroPro. I was like, "You fucking asshole."
Shit,
it's FroPro.
FroPro.
But he was right. He's like, I had to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. As we learn as we go, and we can change 100%. And we can adapt. And when I look at that and I look at this, I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And guess what? This is changing in the next couple weeks. You know, we're rebranding the packaging because someone that's been in the business longer than us that said, hey, can I give you a couple of suggestions, being that I've done this for 40 years? It should look something like this, and this, because it's good. We're not taking away from the base of it, but we need you to do this if you want to really gain kind of if you want to look like more professional. Yep. And that's like with anything. If you want to get better, you got to do this. If you're not wanting to get better, stick with this. It's working, but...
Dude, I have so many people that... every time I wear the shirt, somebody asks me about FroPro. And literally yesterday, I forget who it was, but somebody mentioned your packaging, and they said that they loved it.
Yeah.
I love packaging.
Yeah, I mean the silver's not going anywhere. I love the silver.
Yeah,
it just like it hits
incredible.
It hits home, and like it stands out, and it's different. And you know, 5 other companies come up with silver packaging, and that's cool. And you know, they probably have more money than me and more experience than I do, but you know, this works for us, and that's okay.
So here's some highlights that in my interaction with FroPro and Matt.
What? It's off.
It's on.
Oh, okay.
It's on.
I thought you turned it on.
Don't take your dick out.
When we screwed up the first podcast we shot here, it was right around your 6-year anniversary, right? When we were here last time.
Oh, well, right of this space in particular, our 1 year being here.
Here.
Yeah. In terms of business-wise, we are official business in 2013, so it's 2019, so 6 years.
6 years.
Kind of in business, yeah.
Nothing.
And we've watched Matt grow over that time because we actually carry the bars in the gym. And the one thing that, you know, we keep going over like the same soapbox issues, right? And one of them is you got to love the process and you got to be willing to work. This guy and his wife work their ass off. She's out there delivering FroPros.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
All good.
She's out there delivering FroPros right now as we speak because we saw her on her way out. But loving the process and then being willing, if you're going to be a small business owner, to work your ass off, man. This guy's at every single event. How do I know that? Because I'm at every single event.
We try to be. We try to be at every event.
So those are just, you know, there's some key things that were said, like loving the process, loving what you're doing, because you're going to go through a whirl of shit if you're a small business owner, not taking tons of rich people's money in Boca, and it's going to be ugly. But if you love what you're doing, then you're willing to go broke, and just like we've said on several episodes, burn the ships, because right now Patriot Sports Nutrition has burnt all the ships.
Bring it on.
No more ships.
No more ships.
No more ships.
Ships are gone.
Except championships.
Championships. I like that.
Cool. Matt, so I don't know if we did this last time, but we did, I remember.
We did, but let's do like what's up and coming for FroPro. They're in Whole Foods.
Yep.
Tell them about Whole Foods. Tell them what's coming up.
Yeah, no, I mean, we were fortunate enough to get into Whole Foods, and that, you know, from the first initial conversation just to get on, you know, the shelf took about a year, and then from, you know, that one county to expand to, you know, from Palm Beach County to Broward to Miami-Dade to the entire state. Now we're just starting to see traction. Now we're just starting to see numbers, because that was at the end of last year and we're already through the first quarter. We had a great start to the first quarter, and things are growing, things are good. But, you know, when you take a look at, let's just say, the lowest performing stores, why are they performing so low? Why aren't they doing the numbers that, you know, Boca is, which our home base and our community is why we are, and I always make that clear, is our community has gotten us to where we are and continues to support us, and we're very grateful for that. We're looking to share the bar and the message with everybody else, and, you know, that requires us to travel to Sarasota, to Tampa, to Orlando, to Gainesville, and meet everybody there and connect with those people. And, you know, if I can connect with somebody on, you know, being a sober man in the community, or, you know, Chelsea can connect with them on, you know, being a female business owner who runs a business on the day-to-day, then we've done something. You know, if we don't sell a bar, but we've connected with the human being and we've connected to the community, it sounds so corny, but we're okay with that. Yeah. You know, we look at that as a win. You know, even the ones that don't go well, where no one talks to us or walks right by us and does one of these, and we joke about that. There's so many different kinds of people that come in, and we just stand there, smile, and hand out the product. And if they like it, great. And if they don't, okay. And we're doing the deal. So as long as we're doing the deal, putting forward effort every day, giving our best, and, you know, learning from what works and what doesn't work, you know, that's, again, part of the process and part of why we love what we do. And, you know, that at the end of the day, I love being a teacher. I love being a coach. But I took it for granted. I was selfish. Took it for granted. And I lost it. And same thing happened to my driver's license. Same thing happened to my job. You know, like, I lost all those things that everybody else, you know, you may not even realize. It's so great. Like, for 3 years, I rode a bike or the bus. Let me tell you, in South Florida, that sucks.
It sucks anywhere.
It sucks anywhere, but if you're in the city, it's boom, everything's so public transportation. I'm not knocking Florida public transportation, but it's rough. And it's tough to do, and it's one of those things that at the end of the day, you know, like, not being grateful for the basics. And if you're really having a rough day, and this is one of the things you're talking about, learn to get through certain things, is find like 1, 2, or 3 things that you're grateful for, write them down and say them over and over and over again.
Love that.
You know, or just say the word gratitude. You know, someone that has a lot more time than I do as a sober man always says, you know, protocol. I do 500 gratitudes. I'm like, wow. You know, 500 gratitudes turns into 1,000 gratitudes. And just saying the word, giving you that good feeling, is awesome.
That's really great, man. I think that's going to roll us right into, I think that's a solid mission of the day, but it's not my mission of the day. It's going to be yours, man. And we get to institute a challenge, or, you know, a message that our listeners and viewers now can take with them for the week or for the day. Something small that they can do or change in their daily life, so it's going to help them improve and become better people in their communities.
Yeah. No, I mean, the gratitude list is, listen, it's still something that I learned when I first got sober and I first started getting involved. And, you know, there are a lot of challenges. I look back at formal journal entries. I started journaling, and some of those are super dark, man. I posted one today, and I was like 2 years sober, and it was like just coming out of the darkness. But like, anytime I was having a rough day, or I felt some kind of way, I was resentful or tired or just pissed, you know, someone would say, why don't you write down 3 things you're grateful for? And it helps. Yeah, and it can be the air you breathe, it could be the house you live in, or a roof over your head, or food that you eat, or the fact that you get to have a phone, or you can drive a car. Like, think of the most basic things. Having all your digits, you know, like having, you know, limbs. And, you know, there are people out there that have sacrificed those things for the benefit of this country, for the benefit of the greater good, and we take those for, I can take those for granted. So,
we all can.
Gratitude challenge.
Gratitude challenge.
I'd say 3. If you can come up with more, it's even better, and it makes you feel even better. Enlarge your heart capacity and enlarge your gratitude. Write that out.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Wade? Tim Ferriss the shit out of Matt right now.
On to our Tim Ferriss question of the year, the billboard question. If you had a blank, giant, glorious, magnificent billboard for the world to see, your message to the world, what would your message be?
My message as Matt Williams would be, we're in the effort business. I said that last time on the podcast. I'm going to say it again. Because when I heard it hit me. And it's every day, wake up, give it as much effort as possible. I'm not in charge of the results. Whatever I'm doing, whether it's a relationship, business, sports, 100% effort or whatever effort you have, give everything you got. And at the end of the day, it's, we're in the effort business. And that's the best part. I don't have to be in charge of what the results are. Nope. And I used to think that I was in charge of that. And I was in charge of, how Phil thinks of me and what Wade thinks of me. And, if Wade does it, I was the greatest director of, what I thought was going on.
Yes, if only the lights were arranged.
Oh, it was so fucked up. It's exhausting.
It is.
It's exhausting.
Sometimes when I teach classes at the gym, I don't write the workout up there because it's going to be Tabata and it's going to be self-contained, and I'm just going to move them and orchestrate my mastery.
Nice. Yeah.
The way that I do.
How do you feel when people don't do what you want them to, though?
Then I just consider them to be stupid because I obviously explained myself very clear.
Fair enough.
So I think just this week, Wednesday, I wrote a quote up there, and it's by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And this particular quote says, "I never blame failures in life because there's far too many complicated circumstances, but I'm absolutely merciless towards lack of effort."
I like that.
Effort, hustle, effort,
get it done.
Take action. If you've reached out to us about a podcast, reach back. Because we only have one person doing it. A lot of this, one. A lot of this, one.
Is that Dracula dude with his fingernails? Wow.
We just had, for those of you watching, we just had someone stop by and stand out the door and poke their fingers through the mail slot, curious as to what was going on. So that's what we were looking at.
Those
weren't fingernails, Steve. Those were claws.
Might have been.
So anyway, Matt, dude, thank you.
Fucking Dracula.
It distracted the whole podcast.
Is that Dracula?
Yeah, didn't know what happened there. It's kind of crazy.
I wish we had a camera pointing that way.
That was impressive.
It was. Yeah. It takes a lot to be able to do that. But hey, everyone, if you like listening to our podcast, make sure you subscribe. Leave us a review. If it's not going to be 5 stars, then maybe don't. But that would be cool. Leave us a review. Subscribe.
Actually, but if it's not 5 stars and it's less,
just send it to me first.
Yeah, no. Throw out a reason why.
Yeah, and not some bullshit.
Not some bullshit.
Right. Not that you don't like that I curse too much.
Yeah, whatever. I remember that. Oh, wow.
That was the ordeal.
Yeah. That was Podcast Gate.
Yeah, Podcast Gate is right.
Yeah.
But what's coming up on Two Marines, One Mike?
Ooh. What is coming up?
Do we do it? Do we say okay? So Wade has been absolutely instrumental in getting guests on our show, and not just guests, but some fucking guests. And we got Rudy Reyes, the real Rudy Reyes, the one that that Rudy Reyes
with the blue check,
right? With the verified badge. To come on our podcast. Actually, we're going to be recording that tomorrow, which is going to be absolutely incredible. So hopefully next week.
Manana because he's Mexican.
Mexican American.
He might speak Spanish. I don't know.
He's Mexican American.
Habla español.
But yeah, so he's going to be joining us via the internet machine tomorrow, which will be really cool.
Is it on the World Wide Web?
It's going to be on the World Wide Web. Yes. Duh. Google machine.
On the line,
right?
Cool.
And I think we got some other guests coming too, but I'm really excited about Rudy. That's gonna be cool. We've been watching a lot of podcasts with him. Chris Coker from Suit Soldier podcast is going to be coming on our show. Who else?
Marine rapper.
The Marine rapper. We've got coming on our show. We've got
Still working
Matt.
on Lisa Leslie. Do you know Lisa Leslie? 2-time WNBA champ. She is a Boca Raton resident.
Correct.
She is.
I almost went to an event for an insurance thing. She was a keynote speaker and ended up not doing it.
Come on in. Got the On It shirt on.
Come on, man. Come on. Good, man. Good. We're just doing a little podcast, little videos.
Sorry to interrupt.
You're all good, man. All good. This is a real deal.
Yeah, real life.
Till next time.
Well, wait.
Whoa.
You gotta follow Matt and Chelsea and FroPro on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on the website at GoFroPro, at Matthew Warren Williams,
Oh wow! Look at you, buddy.
at Chelsea Williams,
Yeah.
and at GoFroPro. Did I say that?
Yeah. At GoFroPro on Instagram. All those are Instagram.
What's the website?
accounts.
Is it FroPro.com?
It's GoFroPro.com.
GoFroPro.com.
Like, if you want a FroPro,
GoFroPro.
GoFroPro.com.
How do you FroPro?
Yeah.
When I
That
get
is the
really
true
pissed
question.
off, I say, go FroPro.
Yeah, and then I throw a snack at somebody.
Relax.
Yeah,
just a
splash.
fucking
It's a
snack.
snack, bro.
It is kind of like a Chinese style.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So until next time, we're out.
Boom.
Bye.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh.